A cold front has brought an abrupt end to the heatwave over most of the South Island, and the North Island looks set to follow suit. For much of the week, the whole country has endured hotter than normal temperatures. Today's warmest place was Hastings, on almost 32 degrees compared to the coolest on Banks Peninsula, which only reached 14 degrees. Here's Tracy Neal with the latest.
After basking in the hot sunshine for days, Dunedin took a cool turn this morning. The temperature dropped 14 degrees in less than 12 hours, prompting some to pull out their winter woolies.
Oh, it's hard to keep up with it. It's hot and then it's cold. It's just annoying. I hate it.
Just expect the unexpected.
Did you have to bring out the winter woolies when it got that cold snap this morning?
Yeah.
Well, I'm wearing a jersey right now, so yeah, now it's steaming hot.
Well, I've loved the last few days when it's been really hot, and today when that rain came and watered my garden, I felt really good, and now the sun's shining again, so it's all perfect.
The system racing up the South Island battered the Queenstown area with winds severe enough to down trees. Strong gusts brought down a large tree on Arthur's Point Road, near to where another downed tree injured 5 people 10 days ago. Power was cut to some residents in the area, along with outages in nearby Wanaka. Kathy Scarlett of the Arrowtown House Boutique Hotel says it's been an abrupt end to the hot spell.
We set our alarm for 6:15 because we had early breakfasts to do, and it was really blowing a gale. Like, there were trees down, and the fire, we've got voluntary fire brigade, had a couple of call outs, the siren was going, and some people lost power, but we didn't. Our lights kind of dimmed a bit.
The Met Service says the fast-moving front has ended the heat wave for most parts of the South Island. The warmest official temperature so far this summer is 38.4 degrees, recorded yesterday in Hanmer. Met Service meteorologist James Millwood says the cold change is set to hit the North Island tomorrow.
It's a bit of a switch of regime. We've had this high sat over us, and that's allowed these temperatures to kind of build. But it's not uncommon for this time of year for fronts to pass over New Zealand. And by the time this front gets to the North Island, whilst it will provide a bit of relief in the temperatures, although not quite as stark for the North Island as the South.
Mr Millwood says it's unlikely to bring much rain to northern parts of the South Island, including in Nelson and Marlborough, where it's expected to remain hot until later tonight.
But tomorrow those temperatures will come right down, so for Kaikoura looking at 19 as the maximum tomorrow and 21 for Blenheim, so that's a 12 degrees twitch for Kaikoura. Tomorrow will feel a lot cooler.
In Tasman District, which is nearing drought conditions, the council is to meet under urgency next week. Mayor Richard Kempthorne says the meeting will focus on handing powers to council staff to make sure people are following the orders. Harsh water restrictions are in place, and he says anyone with a greener than usual lawn might raise suspicions.
And we're going into a time with significant water shortage, and in order for everyone in the community to be treated fairly when rationing comes in, staff need the ability to take action if people aren't respecting that, and this will just give them the delegated power to do that.
Mr Kempthorne says staff will step in if there are signs water is being used excessively at a time when there's a ban on hosing gardens. But the current cooler snap might be short-lived. Niwa says the country is set for a warm autumn with summer temperatures and humidity set to continue. Meteorologist Seth Carrier says it's linked to warmer seas.
We think it's actually very likely that the entire country will see most likely above average temperatures for the next 3-month period, so that's February, March, and April. One of the main reasons we think that is because the water temperatures around New Zealand are not quite as warm as they were last summer, but they're still once again well above average.
He says more rain than usual could be on the way, especially for northern parts of the country. For Checkpoint, Tracy Neal.